Good morning, folks. So we got a mixed bag this morning, okay? Because this is where you come to get the news, okay, as it actually happens and unfiltered without any of the bullshit, okay? So let's talk about a couple of things going on. Number one, Mikayla Timpson. Now she is playing in EuroLeague for USK Praha. And, there have been other content creators who have created these videos that she's been benched and blah, 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 blah. Let's remember one thing here. Mikayla Timpson is playing basketball where she's playing basketball so she can improve her skill set, so she can come back to the Fever in 2026 with more experience under her belt. It is not uncommon for a rookie in the WNBA or the NBA who was taken in the second round to not get considerable minutes. And that's a fact of life, okay? She's not Caitlin Clark, all right? Now, contrary to popular opinion, at the beginning of what she was doing, her play over there, she was averaging 21 points and 12 rebounds in 21 minutes of play. All right. So she is what we call a work in progress. Well, you know what? Basically, every basketball player, every sports figure is a work in progress. There are the only people who think that they know everything and can't improve on their game are people who aren't serious about the game or themselves. Caitlin Clark does not think she is developed completely yet. Her fans believe that she's developed completely because they want to believe that Caitlin Clark can't possibly get any better than she already is, but she actually can, and she will. And you will see that as her career progresses. Let's remember, she's going into the third year of her contract. She missed the entire second year except for 13 games. And Caitlin Clark will continue to dominate, but she will also continue to improve. All right? She's not stupid, and she's not myopic. All right. She knows she has things to work on. She works on them, and you will see how Caitlin Clark can actually be better than she is. So, a couple of other things we want to talk about. Let's put the CBA aside right now, okay? We don't know anything more than what we know, and we're being told by other content creators that the players aren't taking this offer very seriously. Well, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of posturing that's going on. We don't need to panic over this. This doesn't have to get done this week. It doesn't have to get done next week. In fact, the last CBA didn't get done till January 1st. And technically speaking, and it was revealed in the article that I posted, we could go to February 1st on this one if we need to, okay? But a lockout doesn't benefit anybody. So that doesn't mean that we can't talk about things just because the CBA isn't signed. So let's talk about a couple of things that I'm going to actually put in the body of this video. And I have also already posted them on the Facebook page. And I'm asking for input. Let's first talk about the mock draft. Now, on the 23rd, which is tomorrow, they will hold the positioning draft. In other words, who picks number 1 through 5, okay? The teams that will pick number 1 through 5, and then where everybody else falls in under those folks. We are projected to have the number 10 pick in the first round, the number 25 pick in the second round. In the mock draft, they have picked 2 guards that the Fever will draft. Why? Why? Well, maybe because we're unsure of what guards are coming back right now. Okay. I don't think Sydney Colson will be back. I think Sydney Colson may actually miss another year. All right. I don't know. I mean, ACLs are a tough injury. We know Sophie Cunningham won't miss another year. We don't know that Sophie Cunningham will be back yet. Although I find it hard to believe either Lexi Hull or Sophie Cunningham will be going anywhere. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Okay. Right now, that's up in the air, and it's got nothing to do with the CBA. So the other thing I still think we need, and that's just me, I'm not on the inside, is a power forward. So there's Hannah Stuelke. Now, in the mock draft, she is projected to be taken by the Atlanta Dream at the number 28 slot. Some odds makers have her going in the first round, but that's very uncertain, okay? And even if they do, we pick at number 10. So why wouldn't the Indiana Fever pick Hannah Stuelke? She's a forward. She's not a small forward. She plays great with Caitlin Clark. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how Caitlin Clark makes everybody she plays with a much better player than they would be if Caitlin Clark were not on their team. So let's look at Kate Martin, for example. Kate Martin may not be protected in the expansion draft. Yet again, she may be in her third year looking for a third team. I wonder what would have happened had Caitlin Clark been chosen had Kate Martin been chosen by the Fever and been playing with Caitlin Clark routinely. Okay, I wonder if any of that would have happened to Kate Martin. So this is what I'm saying about transformational players, okay? They make everybody better on a consistent basis, and that's what Caitlin Clark is, okay? Now I understand why they didn't pick Kate Martin. Who are they going to bench at that time? They weren't going to bench Lexi Hull. They certainly weren't going to bench they certainly weren't going to bench Kelsey Mitchell. That would be a big no-no, okay? Kelsey Mitchell is a seasoned, excellent guard, and Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark are a killer guard tandem, no matter how you look at this. There is no playing problem between the two players, okay? So why wouldn't the Fever pick Hannah Stuelke at number 25 if she goes in the second round? And if she were available at number 10, why wouldn't they give that a shot? I don't know, but it seems like a good idea to me. But that's me, okay? That's me. So I'd like, if you guys want to, I will put the list of free agents, which we talked about in the previous video, and I will put the results of the mock draft in the body of this video for everybody to take a look at. And please feel free to comment. Please feel free to go to the Facebook page and comment. Both of those are posted on the Facebook page as well. Okay, and let's see what everybody else has to say about this whole situation. Now, one thing I want to show you before we go, and this is not a highlight reel. We will be doing that later on. But I do want to show you this. And it's just I'm going to show you just a short little clip of this. I'll make sure I put this in. Oh, wait a minute. That was dumb. See? The operator here forgot to optimize. There we go. So apparently Caitlin Clark showed up at a Butler game. All decked out in Butler gear. Unannounced.
Blending into the atmosphere while somehow...
No, lady.
Tell me, you retiring? Oh, it's mascot Jake.
Caitlin Clark is officially in the building for the Butler, South Carolina showdown. And the moment she walked into the arena, the energy shifted instantly. Fans weren't just watching a game. They were scanning the crowd, whispering, pointing, realizing that one of the biggest names in sports had just pulled up. And the best part? Caitlin wasn't trying to make a grand entrance. She was just being herself, rocking Butler gear, repping Indiana proudly, blending into the atmosphere while somehow still managing to become the center of attention. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. She can sit quietly in the corner of an arena and still turn it into a headline. Before long, the cameras found her, and the broadcast crew couldn't help themselves. They mentioned her live on air, And one of the commentators had the most relatable reaction ever. They said, "I never thought I'd be on a split screen with Caitlin Clark of all people. But it's just so cool to see her success. It's so fun to see her impact she's had on women's basketball and sports in general." It was such a genuine moment, like everyone watching understood exactly what they meant. Caitlin has become that person, the one people get excited to share screen space with, the athlete whose presence instantly elevates the moment. It shows just how far she's come and how massive her influence has become, even off the court. And while her appearance at the game was enough to send social media into a frenzy, she wasn't done making noise for the day. Out of nowhere, fans noticed something drop online. Something nobody was expecting, but everyone reacted to instantly. A new State Farm X Chris Paul ad, and guess who makes a guest appearance? Caitlin Clark. It popped up like a jump scare, and the internet sort of froze for a second before exploding. People were replaying it, clipping it, posting reactions. "Oh my God, this is not a drill." Fans were typing in all caps. "New Caitlin Clark State Farm content." And honestly, the excitement was deserved, because this wasn't just a cameo. It was another reminder that Caitlin is stepping into a level of mainstream visibility that only a handful of athletes ever reach. Being featured alongside Chris Paul, a legend, a Hall of Famer, a longtime face of State Farm campaigns, isn't just another brand partnership. It's symbolic. It shows the world sees her as one of the biggest stars in sports today. Not just women's sports. Sports? Period. Every time Caitlin shows up somewhere, whether it's a college arena, a WNBA game, or a national commercial, it creates a moment. And today was full of them. Her casually repping Butler and Indiana at a huge matchup, her getting acknowledged live on broadcast with genuine admiration, then suddenly appearing in a polished, high-profile State Farm spot that instantly dominated timelines. It's the kind of trifecta you don't see often. One that
So we're gonna stop that there. But I will tell you, there was nowhere else to get that video. All of that flipping the screen around and juxtaposing the images, that stuff drives me insane. Okay, I'm a straight on video person. I don't like all of that ridiculousness thrown in there. Okay, but my point is that where Caitlin Clark goes, she leaves an imprint. And there have been few women who have done that in the world of sports, and she is one of them. And she will continue to do that, and she will continue, however, to leave her biggest imprint on the basketball court. So if you guys can take some time to look at the mock draft, see who's going 1 through 5, of course, but thinking about who the Indiana Fever might draft. It may not be the 2 guards that the mock draft projects. And I will, of course, the actual draft of the players themselves do not happen until April, I believe. Okay. So this is just where the teams pick. All right. What number they pick at. Okay. And I will spend some time getting some information on the 2 guards that are projected to be taken by the Indiana Fever. So you guys have a great day. I will be back later and we will talk some more, and I will have some highlight reel. Have a great one.